Hello, magic casters of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance. Welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 77th episode of our second level spell series. Today we're going to be taking a look at a spell that stressed me out a ton while working on this video. There's just a lot to it, and to be honest, there's a lot more than I initially thought, but whatever, I think it's a good sign. This spell is pretty freaking amazing, just to let you know. Today we're going to be talking about Web. This spell is usable by the Sorcerer Wizard of the Artificer, and it is found in the Player's Handbook. And let me tell you, this is one you're probably going to want to pick. It kind of does everything. Now let's take a look at its mechanics so you can figure out exactly what I'm talking about here. So the effect at a glance, and it's a bulky one even if you simplify it, is as followed. Coat an area in webbing. The area counts as difficult terrain and light obscurement. Creatures starting their turn or entering the area make a dex save, becoming restrained on a fail. If restrained, the creature can use an action to make a strength check, escaping on a success. You can also ignite the webbing, dealing 2d4 fire damage. My goodness, does quite a bit, but let's continue. Cast time is one action, the range is 60 feet, but the area of effect is a 20-foot cube. The duration is 1 hour and it is concentration. The saving throw is Dexterity, and the components are the Holy Trinity, so verbal, material, and somatic. If you're curious about that material component, it is a bit of spiderweb, which makes sense. And the school is Conjuration. Now without further ado, let's take a look at the full description. I do apologize, it is quite long, but I'll do my best here. You conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range. The webs fill a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration. The webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure their area. If the webs aren't anchored between two solid masses, such as walls or trees, or layered across a floor, wall, or ceiling, the conjured web collapses on itself, and the spell ends at the start of your next turn. Webs layered over a flat surface have a depth of 5 feet. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free. A creature restrained by the webs can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, it is no longer restrained. The webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to the fire burns away in one round, dealing 2d4 fire damage to any creature that starts its turn in the fire. My goodness, that is a lengthy one. But the main takeaways are: causes difficult terrain and light obscurement. Light obscurement just means that it's disadvantage on perception checks relying on sight, which is pretty good and needless to say. Also, they got a depth of 5 feet, even if you just cast them for the sake of casting them, but they do collapse in on themselves if you decide to go that way. Also, on a failed dex save, they become restrained and they can break free by burning an action and making a strength check versus your spell save DC naturally. So there's a lot that goes on there, and in addition to all of those things, you can just burn them away and deal 2d4 fire damage to basically anyone in there, which is pretty cool stuff. I really do like it. The more I think about this spell and the more I look at it though, the more I feel like this is a spell that is designed to be used by kind of the villains, right? There's just a lot to this that I think a party would have a really hard time with, and this would give a villain a great opportunity to monologue without really worrying too much about the party discovering their identity or really being able to do anything about it. I think that's pretty cool. But in any case, let's take a look at some alternative uses here. So one of the ones I thought was pretty cool was using this to keep people away from an important figure. If you're doing like a bodyguard or an escort mission, this is a great way of kind of adding an extra layer of protection. Ideally, you want to have them restrained, but if push comes to shove, difficult terrain, it does help out for sure. Another great use for this is when you're planning on taking out a large group of targets and you need them all to be in the same area. This is kind of teeing someone up great for a fireball spell, which will also deal subsequent damage just through the fact that this webbing will in turn burn away as well. Another great way to use this is using it to help you to escape. Blow through a doorway and cast this behind you and force everyone pursuing you to take on that difficult terrain and make those dexterity saves as well. I think it's pretty cool stuff. That being said, if you have any alternative ideas, uses, stories, questions, comments, concerns, please put it down beneath in the comments section. I really do appreciate it. That being said, if you like that nice hand-drawn picture of the gnome and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D picture, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy casting, everyone.